Hi there, it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today I have got a project for you that uses the soon-to-be early released Share What You Love suite. This is available for customers to order from the 1st of May, so not long. And it's going to be available in 3 bundles. All of the items... Not all of the items. Most of the items will then be available in the annual catalogue, which I'm still not able to show you anything of except that. But it's lovely. And in fact, one of the items that I'll be using is this, but this has been coloured. I'm going to be using it in its natural state, as it were. So this is the Share What You Love suite, and it's coming in 3 exclusive bundles, each of which will have free items in it. So let's have a look. This is actually the demonstrator version, because we get to pick some other bits as well. But all of this will be available for you to order as an early release from the 1st of May to the 31st of May. So you get the Just Getting Started bundle, which will be the stamp set, very vanilla cardstock, Grapefruit Grove, one of the new ink colours, Old Olive Classic ink, a clear block, and some very vanilla note cards and envelopes, which will be free. And I've just realised, why do I ever not think that I've left half of what I need over the other side of the room? So, fortunately, the room's not that large. So these are the 2 stamp sets that come with this bundle. They are in the new slimline stackable, because you can they've got these little blumps and dents, so you can just stack them, and they sit beautifully on your desk. There will be, we are told, there will be a storage solution for these. They will currently sit reasonably happily in the colour caddy. They're a little bit smaller, so they're going to be a bit loose. So if you spin your colour caddy at a rate of knots, they may fly out. But anyway, so you get these 2 ink pads, this stamp set, some very vanilla A4 cardstock, a clear E-block, and some free note cards and envelopes. If you want the A Little Bit More Please bundle, oh, I should say that this is £53.25, but as I say, the note cards and envelopes are free, so you're only paying for these 3 items. If you want the little bit more, you get the same stamp set plus, you know, I could have sworn I dug it out, but maybe I didn't. Plus, she says, diving into a box, there we are. Plus this alphabet stamp set, which has got 3 alphabets, 2 sets of numbers, although please note that the 6 is also the 9, and then various little things like handcrafted just for you, created by, www. homemade by, from the desk of, plus these little florals, and then some punctuation, but also things like the ST, ND, RD and TH for first, second and third. So some good stuff there, and also some double lettering. So, and Angel Policy, it's got the copyright stamp in it. So you get both of those. You still get the vanilla cardstock. You get the Share What You Love A4 cardstock pack. You get the pearlized doilies, which we will be seeing later. The Grapefruit Grove classic pad, the rich raspberry velvet ribbon, which is gorgeous. It's a 1/4 inch wide, lovely, soft velvet ribbon, and that again is in the box. And then you get, and the artisan pearls, which are these, which are little coloured pearls, which are in, I think, Grapefruit Grove, powder pink, rich raspberry. I'm thinking mint macaron, and I don't know what that is. Don't know what that is. Let's see what the colour on the back of the packet says for the... So saffron. And inevitably the RAF are sending a helicopter over it's a nice warm evening, so why wouldn't they? I've got all my windows open, so they're flying overhead. Hurrah! Right, so artisan pearls, then you get free our standard C6 envelopes and the Share What You Love embellishment kit, which has got little self-adhesive metallic roses. It's got baker's twine. It's got little paper clips. They're really cute, but that's free. Then they Got to Have It All bundle, which inevitably is the one that I got, which is both the stamp sets. Very vanilla cardstock again. The Share What You Love cardstock pack. The Grapefruit Grove stamping pad, the doilies, the ribbon, the pearls. Then you get to add the embossing folder, and it's the one of these dynamic embossing folders, so it's a really good deep emboss, and that's what I've used here. Can we get that to pick up in one of the lights? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Ish. But it's gorgeous. Maybe it's easier on the back. No. Okay. Anyway, it's gorgeous. Plus the Share What You Love specialty designer series paper, and it's special because it's pearlized. So that one's pearlized. They're not all pearlized, but this one is. That's a nice stripe. This is pearlized. This is pearlized. And this is pearlized, and then we're back to where we do, except no, and this is the one I'm using now, which is not pearlized, but it's a mega pack. So it's a double size pack, so you get instead of the usual 12 sheets, you get 24, so you get 4 of each, and they're pearlized because of course 30 is pearl, so hence lots of pearl. So that is the Gotta Have It All bundle, and the free items are Statement of My Heart, which is the Stampin' Up Statement of My Heart, very vanilla envelopes, and the embellishment kit again, so you get this one free. This, if you're not a demonstrator, we can buy this separately, but if you're not a demonstrator, the only way you will get this is in this bundle. Now, I didn't give you the prices of everything. So £53.25, £85.50, £118.75, or put it into a starter kit and get it for £99, plus you get an extra £11.25 of products. Now remember, you're getting these 3 items free, which means that for your £99, including free shipping, you'll get about just over £150 worth of product. So yum yum. You can also get as a pre-order, I believe, the new In Colour collection, but you will double up on the Grapefruit Grove. So you could wait until the June catalogue to get that. But any of these can go in your starter kit. So, as I say, you could put the £118.75 bundle into your starter kit, add £11, just over £11 worth of additional stuff, and yeah, £150 plus of product for £99. Get to join my team. Brilliant. On the subject of which, I'm merrily making up for my team, or some members of my team, there's a qualification for it, the new colours. So I've told them that if they spend in the pre-order period, so for those that went to on stage between now and the end of May, and for those that didn't, although they can get the bundles, so between now and the end of May, I'll send them one of these just as a thank you, as a sort of little incentive, and they get it on a ring. I've actually made that up for a new team member who has just signed up. So this is the card that I made actually for my new team member, so this is going to be a little preempt for her, because this probably goes live before she gets it, but I thought I'd make one that is similar but not the same, and I'm kind of going to make it up a bit as I go along. I have done some prep, but I also thought it'd be quite nice. This is meant to be that way, so that when it stands up, you can see both bits, is the plan. So it's going to stand on your shelf like this, so you can see, say, both bits. But then I thought, actually, if I did it that way and had something here that was sort of central, I could use a magnetic closure. So that's what I'm going to do. So I should say this is the Grapefruit Grove. So if you're thinking it's quite similar to Peekaboo Peach, which I thought it was, that's Peekaboo Peach. So not really. The other thing, oh, I've got a cat lurking in a window. The other thing that you may think it's going to be close to in the new colours is the Mango Melody and Peekaboo Peach, but again, they're not. When you get them next to each other, they're not the same. So just so that you know that, the Peekaboo Peach is quite different from the Grapefruit Grove. Sorry, I'm just keeping half an eye on whether or not I'm going to get a black cat suddenly jumping through a window. He has been known. Right, so I have got a piece of mint macaron. Yay, it's back! It's actually going to be that way around. Mint macaron cardstock. So this is a piece of A4 cut in half down the middle. Now, some of these measurements I'm going to be doing as I go along, and they're not really going to be measurements so much as this is how I would do it. But I have scored 4 inches from the end, which is 10 centimetres, and 2¼ inches from the end, which is 6 centimetres. I will put those measurements on my blog, link for which is below. But just so you know, that's where I have scored. And I am actually going to then burnish these so that we've got those done. But pretty much the rest I'm kind of going to make up as we go along. I have cut one of my inners to the right size, and I will put the measurements for this on my blog as well. But basically I just cut, I just popped it in here, lined it up, and then cut off this little piece. So that's how I did it, and I just, you know, used a pencil. So what I thought I would do is probably start with stamping that so it's done, and I need now of course to find my stamps again because I buried them. So I'm going to use the Love What You Do stamps, and I'm going to do something similar to the middle of the one I did before. So I always take that off. So I'm going to grab my splodge and a largish block. This is an E block, which is obviously why they're including it. So I've got a bit of gick on my stamp. I think it's a bit of cardstock. Right, I need a piece of scrap paper. You'd think I'd have some. I have, hurrah! Right, now I am going to bring in my piercing mat because I have found that these are, because it's a big area, even though it's what I would call pixelated, I do need the piercing mat, even though this is padded. So I'm going to do that, and of course I don't. I just flip and slide. Now, someone has told me that if you are finding the sliding difficult, what you can do is you can get a candle and just run it down here and in here, particularly in here, because you want to get... Actually, I think it doesn't really matter where you do it. I think down here is probably where you want to do it, and then it will help it slide. But it does get easier the more you do it. But I want this to be inked up, and then I'm going to stamp it off, and then stamp that roughly in the middle of my card so that it's soft. There we go. Then I need this block and my flowers, and those I'm going to ink up and stamp straight over the top. So that's going to be tone on tone. And then I want the Love What You Do, and another block will be useful. And this I'm going to do in Tranquil Tide, because Tranquil Tide is, and then to close, that's all you do. It's closed. Brilliant. Pop that on top of there. Tranquil Tide is of course in the old style. This is one of the ink colours that has been around for a year, so we've got that for another year. So Love What You Do, and then I'm just going to pop that there. So that's the inside of my card done. So let's pop that down. Now we still do have for a while. Fast Fuse. I'm getting through it very quickly because those colour cards that I showed you, which I make up by hand, I use Fast Fuse. So I have been getting through quite a lot. I'm going to have to find an alternative. Probably wet glue will be the alternative when we lose Fast Fuse. Because I do them in A4 sheets and then cut them down, so I don't really want tear and tape. Right, so that's how we're going to close it. So, what I have got is this piece of Designer Series paper, and I'm going to cut 2 pieces from this sheet. Don't need that for the moment. So I've got some little scrappy bits there as well, which we'll come back to. So, to get the right size, I want this as the background, and then, whoops, this as the foreground. So I'm just going to take a pencil, and because the background is going to be slightly bigger, I'm going to mark on what is the back of the background, just with a pencil, where I want to trim. Then bring in my trimmer and pop that in so that that mark is going to be where I cut. And then just trim that off, and then, whoops, same again. Actually, I'll use that top bit, I think. Same again with my pencil. I'm just going to mark, so that I've just got a very small edge around my card, around my this. So I'm going to have a small bit, oh whoops, that's the scorer, small bit of mint macaron sticking out. So what do I mean by that? So let's pop that there for the moment. So this is going to stick on here. I don't want to stick it down yet because I've got to sort out magnets. So this is going to stick on there. So I've got this tiny little bit of mint macaron just sticking out. And then this piece I'm going to pop on top. Actually, I might have that pink. So from the back, I'm going to line it up so that there is a small border. Now I can see it because I've got it right in front of me. It's a little difficult putting it on top of what I've, the same pattern. But you get what I mean, I'm sure. And then trim that. And it's always useful to remember to not trim off your pencil mark. So make sure you leave, make sure the first cut doesn't take away your second pencil mark. So this is then going to go on top of that. Yeah? Now, what I could have done, I've actually punched out a 2 1/4 inch circle. And what, of course, I could have done is taken it from there. But, hey, I've already got it. So that's going to be that piece. But I need to trap my magnet. So, I'm not going to put these bits down just yet because I'm going to build everything kind of in reverse. So I've got those bits ready. I've then got to pop this lot on. So I've got my 2 1/4 inch circle punch, a piece of the Grapefruit Grove cardstock, then I've got a pearlized doily. Now I'm going to trap the magnet in there, and then I've got various little bits of offcut of flour to help build up, and I may possibly add some more of these bits. But the first thing I want to do is stick this on, and actually probably, do I want that? No, I think probably, actually I won't be cutting any more of these flowers because I want to mat this as well. So this is going to be the piece I want facing me. So from the back, I'm going to mark again where I want to trim it down. So let's bring in my trimmer again, line up there, trim and trim, and then again, so this will be that way up, and then I'll put this on top, but I'll do it, I'll be kind, I'll do it that way around so that you can see what I'm doing, maybe. So again, I'm going to just mark there and there, and trim down. So rather than measuring, which, you know, measuring's fine, but you can just do it by eye. So this is going to be a definite blog post where I say you've really got to watch the video, because that's how you're going to work out what the sizes are. Right, so that I think is all the trimming I need to do. So this is going face down, so I'm going to add, are we in camera? Yes. Just add some fast fuse here. And pop this on. And then pop this on. Up a wee bit. There we go. Right, so I want to find by eye the middle, and that's there. So let's pop some fast fuse there, and just pop that back down. Just make sure that I haven't got any fast fuse sticking out, which I haven't. So that's that piece. Now I need to add my magnets. Now I get my magnets off eBay, I think. These are tiny, but they're only 1mm thick. I think they're only 1mm thick. So they are tiny, and I'm going to stick them on with a glue dot. So one glue dot. I'll pop that in the middle-ish, and then if I slide my magnet off, there we are, so that's that, and then I can stick this over the top to cover that up. They are incredibly strong magnets, so hiding them under layers of card is not a problem. So pop that there, and then this is going to go over the top. So this I'm going to, again, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat because I want some fast fuse. I know that this is a 1 3/8. No, 1 1/2 circle, so we've got 2 1/4 and 1 1/2, and I know that this, the outside of my pearlized doily, will go over the top of that. Now what I could have done is sandwich the two, but I actually wanted to have the doily poking through if anything was going to, so I'm just using my silicone mat and my fast fuse, because the fast fuse will not stick to the silicone mat. So with a bit of judicious poking through with my piercing tool, not that it matters too much because most of this is going to be covered up actually, I can break that down, pop this on here, and then, as I say, most of that's going to get covered up, so I'm not that worried about that middle bit being covered in fast fuse. So I've already cut out from some other scraps some little bits, and I'm just going to add those on. Some of them I will layer and some of them I won't, but we'll start with a reasonably large one to cover up a reasonable amount of that glue, and then actually I might pop this one over this side because these are both partial bits. If I pop that down a bit, because then I can bring this in to cover up that last bit, and in fact that I'm going to pop up on some dimensionals. Famous last, oh, I have got large dimensionals, that's alright. Suddenly realised I didn't know where my dimensionals were. My large dimensionals, because I actually want large dimensionals, not minis, because those are quite large. where are we time-wise? Good grief, 24 minutes, and it runs out at at half an hour. Right, okay, so we need to get a wiggle on. So that's that. Let's just pop these up on here. Ooh, nothing quite like being in a rush, is there? So everything's going to go wrong because I'm now going to be running out of time. This is a ridiculously long video. I apologise, but it does show you the whole process. I think we'll do that, actually. So that's that. Right, okay, so to sort out where the magnet needs to go further down, let's get something that's not magnetic. I need to just pull off one of these magnets and allow it to find the other one, and you need it to find it. You mustn't force it because you need to make sure that it's the right polar up or down, or whichever way you want to think of it, and then press that down, and then with luck, yep. So all we need to do now, and then we'll be done, is stick our layers on. So Fast Fuse being our friend. So if you don't already subscribe, in the bottom right hand corner of this video you will see a little red subscribe button. Please do, that would be lovely. Then you'll get you'll know when I'm posting again. You can actually get a notification as well. If you need any products, I would be thrilled if you chose to shop with me. I am in my dream hoping to get the incentive trip, which is to Greece. I think it is in my dream, but if I don't try, I won't get. Hey, works. If you shop with me in April, for every £25 you spend, any time throughout April, so more than once is fine, I will add it all together, and for every £25 you spend using the hostess code, you need to use the hostess code, I will enter you into a draw for the many marvellous markers, and that's the ones that are retiring from the current annual catalogue, because obviously there'll be a new set with the new colours in the new annual catalogue, but you'll get £99 worth of many marvellous markers in exchange for shopping with me. If you order £150 or more and you choose to become your own host, absolutely perfectly fine, but in that case I will still enter you in the draw, but it will be one draw because this is to build up some hostess rewards, which I then give back to those who use them. So thank you very much for watching. So this is the new version with the lovely stamping in the middle, and this is the original, which was the inspiration for this. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, thumbs up. If you want to leave a comment, please do so below. All the directions, well, those directions that there will be on the blog post, which is linked immediately below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye!